Hey tech enthusiasts, QHD here, and let's talk about this guy, or these guys. This is the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, both in black and white, and I believe it's the best Samsung smartphone to ever be released, and I'm not alone. I would say most of the tech community would probably agree with me here, which is actually saying a lot. So what is so great about the Samsung Galaxy Note 4? Well, for starters, the hardware of the Note 4 is a big step up from previous Galaxy devices. The Note 4 now finally uses metal in its build. It's not completely metal, but it uses metal without compromising other features. For example, the sides of the Note 4 are chamfered, meaning they are cut away in a curved fashion. And it really feels like it's constructed well, which translates to it feeling much more premium in the hands. I mean, most of the chamfered edges are very subtle, so you probably won't feel the curve in your hands, but you will feel the cool to the touch hard metal, which definitely feels much better than the plastic edges found on the previous Note 3. Even the buttons feature chamfered metal. It's at a much smaller scale, but nonetheless, it's consistent with the overall design of the Note 4. The back isn't made of metal though. It features a leather-like back cover, which feels really good if it's the black version. The white version, in my opinion, just doesn't feel all that premium. It's smoother and less grippy and just feels cheaper. The black material is definitely the way to go. And it's removable, so you can pop in a new battery and an SD card, both of which you wouldn't be able to access if the back were made of metal. The display. The Note 4 has an absolutely beautiful display. It's the most beautiful display I have ever seen on a smartphone, period. It features a 5.7-inch Quad HD Super AMOLED display, and it looks great. Colors are very vibrant, blacks are very deep thanks to the AMOLED display technology, and whites are pretty darn white and true to color. They definitely do not have a yellow tint to them. If anything, it appears to be actually more on the blue side, but it's not bad at all. The camera. The Note 4 has one of the best smartphone cameras on the market, which is saying a lot since there are so many great smartphone camera sensors out there. Now, both the picture quality and video quality is great. Images are vibrant, they're saturated, but they're properly exposed in most cases. The detail and sharpness are also spot on. Some people would say the quality is oversaturated, but I think it actually looks great. It might be a smidge more vibrant than it would be in real life, but not to the point where images look fake. I actually found myself carrying around the Note 4 just to take pictures with while I was testing out other smartphone cameras with subpar camera sensors. It was just that good. The 4K footage captured from the Note 4 is also equally as good, as you can see here. It reminds me of a DSLR at times. It can be that good. The performance. The Note 4 also excels in the performance area, as it should. I mean, it's being powered by a quad-core Snapdragon 805 processor with 3GB of RAM and an Adreno 420 GPU, and it's pretty darn fast. Applications open up as soon as you tap on them, and multitasking works well. I'm not going to say it's the absolute fastest phone I've used, because it's not, but it's certainly no slouch. I mean, it works well, and it doesn't really make me question its speed, and it most likely won't make you question it either. Now, the hardware, the display, the camera, and the performance are really what makes this phone exceptionally great for a Samsung phone, and just for a smartphone in general. I mean, if we compare the Note 4 to, say, another Samsung device, the Note 4 just manages to improve itself in every category. It has a metal frame as opposed to the plastic frame found on the Samsung Galaxy S5. It also has a large 2K QHD display found on the front as opposed to the 1080p display found on the last Samsung flagship smartphone. The performance is also improved. Inside here we have a Snapdragon 805 quad-core processor as opposed to the 801 quad-core processor found on the Galaxy S5. And as if that wasn't enough, we also have a 16 megapixel rear-facing camera that has better image processing and optical image stabilization that actually puts it neck and neck with the iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus. I mean, these categories are incredibly important when building a great smartphone, but there's also several categories that help create a well-rounded smartphone that the Note 4 just does an okay job at. The software. The Note 4 is running TouchWiz, and it's the most flat, unobtrusive version to date. Personally, when I can run stock Android, I usually go for it, and the first thing I did was install the Google Now launcher to sort of get that stock Android feel. But certainly this is the best TouchWiz version to date, there's really no question about that. I mean, the flatness and minimal design is especially apparent in the notification panel, for instance. The quick settings icons actually sort of remind me of the LG G3 skin a little bit. There's really not a whole lot of 3D animations or textures. It's just flat, minimal, simple, and it just looks good. The settings drawer is also a good example, as they cleaned it up quite a bit. You can now search for specific settings or scroll through the categories, and aesthetically it looks very clean and simple. Once again, very nice to look at. But this is TouchWiz, and TouchWiz is known for having a ton of features. The Galaxy Note 4 has by far the most features found on any smartphone by a long shot, I would say. Literally, I could spend minutes upon minutes of your precious time going on about each little feature, so instead, I wanted to kind of focus on the Note 4 specific features. For example, the multitasking has been redesigned a little bit. If we go into the recent apps, some apps will have a little multitasking icon next to them or above them that allows you to pin the app to the top of the screen so that you can open up another app on the bottom of the screen. This is just one way to multitask. Another form of multitasking is to just open up an app and then drag it inwards from the top left of the screen, and the window will automatically shrink down to its own multitasking window, and it all works really well. The only thing that I've really noticed is that sometimes I accidentally shrink down a window when I want to just slide down the notification panel. It can get a little bit annoying sometimes, but you'll get used to it. Oh, and there's also an S Pen stylus that is inside the Note 4, believe it or not. And to be honest, I never really used it at all. I mean, there's some special new features like Smart Select and Photo Note and just some new general handwriting experience improvements. But once again, I just never really needed it, so I didn't really use it. I mean, the stylus comes with every Note 4, so if you want a stylus, this might be a serious option for you. The battery is also impressive with each Note device, and the Note 4 is really no exception. The Note 4 packs a 3220 mAh battery, which will easily last you a full day of moderate to heavy use. It's not the absolute best battery. I actually would have liked to have seen a slightly larger battery, but what's so great about it is that it is fast charging. You can actually charge the Note 4's battery to about 50% in just 30 minutes, which actually takes usually about an hour. And if you need some more extra battery juice, you can always activate the ultra power saving mode. So basically, I never really had to worry too much about battery life with the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. So to conclude this comprehensive review and to answer the question, is the Note 4 the best Samsung smartphone? Yeah, you bet it is. I mean, it has a fantastic QHD AMOLED display, one of the best smartphone cameras currently on the market, and fast performance, and I mean, it also has a battery life that lasts all day. I mean, what else more could you want? I mean, sure, the software is not going to be for everyone. It's still not my favorite, but it's certainly usable. And if you're like me, you can always install the Google Now launcher if you want sort of a more stock Android feel. But I mean, if we just consider how TouchWiz looked a year ago, I mean, it's come a long way. We got to give them credit there. So there you have it. That is my comprehensive review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. And my answer to the question, is the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 the best Samsung smartphone? Now it's your turn. Let me know what your thoughts are and if the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 is the best smartphone in your opinion by leaving me a comment down below or sending me a tweet over on Twitter at BoHD. If you guys liked this video, it would mean a lot if you guys would give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button somewhere down here so that you can stay up to date with all of my latest tech videos. But as always guys, I am BoHD from How To and More. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. See ya.